who says deep affection doesn't end well. I threw my youth and money at that man, not even your life, just for the paper ring he got out of prison. My name is Gao Yanxia. People on the road call me Sister Xia, 85 years old. The poor in the family even have slag falling off the walls. At the age of 16 he came to Guangzhou with 50 yuan. In 2012 I resigned from the assembly line of the factory. There was no way out. Follow fellow villager Afong into the underground casino. Practice dispatch. 800 yuan a month at that time. Sleeping in a pigeon cage for 8 people. Smoke in the factory. But what I see best, it's the jade ring on the lady boss's finger. 10 years of my salary. The fire in my heart is dry in my throat. I want to live like that too. 6 months later I gritted my teeth and took out a loan shark. Place an order for a small bar that is about to close down. Debt collectors come to smash the scene. That day I grabbed a bone chopping knife and hit on the stone grinding bar. The blade is embedded 3 inches deep. The tiger's mouth is numb. Who steps forward? Today this knife saw blood. My voice is shaking, but not half a step back. The creditor urged the saliva and left. The next day someone sent $20,000, said the interest was waived. Make a friend. That's when I realized, in a place like this, ruthlessness works better than reason. But ruthlessness is not enough. Someone has to back it up. I'm eyeing a man named Lu Kuan. The first time I met him was at my bar. He sat in the darkest corner, fingers tapping the glass rhythmically. Dark gray suit. The cuffs are dark old. The whole person seems to have come out of the old Shanghai pictorial. Out of place in this mess. I found out later. He's here to collect management fees. I poured 3 glasses of the strongest vodka. Drink cup after cup. When I walked up to him my legs were already weak. He raised his hand to block the 4th cup. Girls don't drink like that. The voice is low and nice. Later I heard from him that, former lawyer, for taking the blame for a wronged brother. I went to jail. After coming out I took this road. Some say he's ruthless. Some people say that he values love and righteousness. I spent 3 months approaching him. I deliberately met him at the tea house he frequented. Ask about his preferences. I know he loves listening to you opera. I had to learn the Imperial Flower for a month. Finally one time, after he listened to my singing The Falling Flowers Are Full of Moonlight, I said it lightly, the tone is accurate. It tastes worse. That's my ticket. After we are together, he taught me a lot. The first lesson is to count money. This is how the money should be counted. His fingers flipped. The brand new banknotes unfolded like a fan in his hand. Real money has sound. Fake money no. The second lesson is to see people. The gambler's eyes are empty. Gambler's eyes are dead. These 2 kinds of people are stained with the bottomless pit. My first pot of gold. He took the 200,000 cash I earned. I put it in a cloth bag. I can't sleep all night, holding that money like holding a baby. He said the clean money is yours. So I started learning about investing. Learn to do accounting and learn how to make money. Once someone from the factory next door came to find fault. A van of people came. Lu Kuan came alone. He only had a machete in his hand. He walks up to them. Put that knife on the hood. After Sister Xia's factory. I'll take care of him. The voice is calm as if chatting. The gang dispersed. When I ask about it again, he smiled and said that these days it is soft and afraid of hard. Hard to be afraid of death. Later when I was in his shower, I just saw the scars on his back. It was left for his brother when he was young. He said it was the stupidest thing he'd ever done in his life. But I don't think so. He was too good for me. Other women want bags and jewelry. He handed me a card directly. Buy what you like. But that's not what I want. I want him to be deep. Come home at night. I don't smell anyone else's perfume. I want him to answer the phone without turning his back. Sound down. In 2014 I became pregnant. He said now is not the time. I went straight to the hospital for surgery. He was out of town that day. I went alone. Lying on that cold bed, suddenly remembered what he said. There is a soft spot in this business. It's a dead end. The baby is gone. My heart is getting fuller. It's full enough to fit him alone. Until I saw him at the hotel with another woman. I know that woman. She is our local famous model. Pure can pinch out water. I'm not making a fuss. Just stand at the door of the room and watch them. Lu Kuan put on his shirt and came over. Want to hold my hand? I shook off Sister Xia. The first time he was at a loss for words in front of me. 500,000. You leave him immediately. I looked at that woman. Lu Kuan's face was livid. Dragged me away. That night I stood by the river. The river is as black as ink. I want to jump. I want to see if he will be in a hurry. Didn't jump in the end, because I remembered that he said that my life was saved. You have to live well for me. Change comes without warning. Summer 2016. Lu Kuan was involved in a smuggling case. When his little brother Ah Chang burst into the bar, the wine glass in my hand fell to the ground. Shards splashed all over the place. I immediately called everyone I could think of. Lawyers, former client, even a few who can talk. The reply is the same. This time it's too big and too tricky. Can't get in. On the third day I found his parents. His mother was a gentle woman, wearing gold glasses, teaching at university. After I explained my purpose, push the passbook in front of him. Auntie, this is all my savings. 120 million, save him. When saying this, my voice is Indoene. He looked at me with pity in his eyes, more disdain. Miss Lin, he is my son. How to save the child? I know. Don't bother you, an outsider, to worry. The passbook was pushed back. The rim scratched my hand. I don't give up. Started bumping around like a headless fly. Send money, send wine, send women. Once asked for a liter. The man hinted that he wanted me to spend the night with him. I stared at his shiny face, suddenly laughed. Okay, you get him out first. Of course it didn't work, but I learned better ways to gather information. Who loves money and who is lustful? Whose children are going abroad? Whose father is in the hospital? I've used up everything I've learned over the years. Weave a web. The most desperate time. I knelt before a man who was said to reach heaven. The cement is freezing cold. My forehead is dripping on the ground. I want it to be useful to kneel. I will kneel to death. Money flows like water. Go out and sell the mortgaged car. The jewelry box is empty. Once handed over a sum of goods as a fund. I only have 23 yuan 5 left in my body. Bought the cheapest pack of cigarettes. Squatting on the side of the road until dawn. But I write to her every week. All the days we can visit. I was the first to stand guard at the gate of the detention center. I told him about the bar business. Tell him about the new sugar water shop by the Pearl River. Tell him I miss him so much. He always says faintly that take care of yourself. Save some money and stop wasting it. Wait for me to go out. Every visit was like a shot in the arm for me. I rented across from the detention center, the penthouse room of the unfinished building, every free day, and I stood at the window with my binoculars. At that distance only a small dot can be seen, but I can recognize it as him. The way he walks, his habitual movements, it's like it's in my genes. So I waited aimlessly for over 400 days. Court day. I got to the courthouse at 4 in the morning. The autumn wind is like a knife. I also wrap my coat tightly, eyes fixed on the iron door. 8:10 the ambulance arrives. He staggered as he got out of the car. Fluorescence on the wrist. So far away. Our eyes collided. He was thin and haggard. Measurable, worth it. I mouthed that I was waiting for you. He nodded slightly. The corner of the mouth pulls out the arc of an egg. 1 month later, here he comes. Acquitted. Insufficient evidence. I'll pick him up. Hiding behind a newsstand on a street corner. Suddenly scared. I'm afraid what has changed after more than a year of separation. I'm afraid he will see me looking haggard now. I'm afraid all this is just my wishful thinking. He was standing in front of the detention center, squinting to adjust to the sun. Then it's like telepathy. He looked straight in the direction where I was hiding. Footsteps are faster than thoughts. I haven't decided what to say yet. People have rushed over. It came to a sudden stop 3 meters away from him, like a child who has done something wrong. Lu Kuan smiled. For more than a year, the first time I saw him smile, the wrinkles at the corners of the eyes are deep, but the smile is still the way I remember it. He comes over. 1 step, 2 steps, with the smell of soap and disinfectant. There is also a trace that is unique to the cell. The lingering breath. Hands lifted and fell hesitantly in my hair. Despicable, he said these 2 words. I cried out loud. Crying my heart out, crying like a child who has been robbed of candy. After more than a year of fear, grovel, go all out, all turned into hot tears. He took me into his arms. It was so hard it felt like it was rubbing me to the bone. Chin on top of my head. The voice is muffled. Silly woman, later he told me. Every day inside, he's counting the days. Count the cycle in which I write to him. Count the days I've stood on the opposite roof. How long will it take for us to see each other again? He asked how you did it. I didn't tell him how many people I knelt with. Didn't tell him how many smiley faces I paid. Didn't tell him I woke up in the middle of the night countless times. Sweat all over. Just to understate that it cost a lot of money. You have to give it back to me later. Tears were falling. He held my face in his arms. Thumb brushes the corner of my eye. Say I won't make you cry again. It's not beautiful when you cry. We walked slowly along that long road. Sunshine is good. Sprinkle on the body warm. He kept his hand around me. It's tight as if I'm afraid of disappearing. Walked for a while. He suddenly stopped. Take something out of your pocket. It's a ring folded out of cigarette wrap. Rough, funny. Nothing good in there. He was embarrassed. Make do with it first and then make up for you. Really, I put the paper ring on my ring finger. Just the right size. The sun shines through the tinfoil. This is fine. I mean it. Very good, okay. I am willing to spend all the hardships of the first half of my life in exchange for this moment. As for the later story, we left the city, opened a tea house in a small town in the south. He also occasionally takes some consulting work, but never touched the edge of danger again. I learned to make soup, learned to grow flowers, learned in the afternoon sun, Listen to him slowly talk about the things I missed, the story of his youth. Sometimes I dream in the middle of the night. I will still wake up, reach out and touch the warm body around you to feel at ease. And he would dazed around me, mumble I'm here. Yes he is, that's enough. Those days of swords and swords, those days of fear, those crazy moments of love. It's all a thing of the past that you can talk about with a smile after dinner. And at this moment the K-pop is blooming outside the window, a bunch of fiery red. He napped in the rattan chair, to avoid the gold ring I bought later. It was hanging loosely on his fingers. I laugh at him for being corny. He opened one eye and smiled. What do you know? This is a token of love. Wind blows in, with the fragrance of flowers. I remember many years ago, in that smoky bar, and I walked up to him downing 3 glasses of liquor. The courage to gamble. So there were some games. You can really win for a lifetime.